11, 12.
Eugene Hull has been with Georgia's Columbus Fire Department for 34 years, and he's spent 27 of them battling more than just fires.
Come on, to the hydrant, to the hydrant.
A diagnosis of synovial sarcoma led to the amputation of Hull's right arm 10 years ago.
I remember going home, riding down the road, and I was crying like a baby, and my wife asked me what's wrong with me, and I said, that's a part of my life that I'll never do again.
Look up for me.
Hull was able to return to work in a new role, training the next generation of firefighters.
That right there keeps you safe.
And part of that training now includes protecting themselves from what is believed to be the biggest threat against their lives, cancer.
We used to fight fire with no mask. A badge of honor was to have dirty turnout gear. And we've learned now that, it's important that we wear a mask, and it's important that we clean our gear and we stay clean.
In 2013, researchers studied 20,000 firefighters who went on an average of 6,000 fire runs between 1950 and 2009. 20% of them developed cancer. Compare that to the rate for the general U.S. population, which is 8%. The most common firefighter cancers: prostate, lung, colorectal, and leukemia.
Fires of today are different than they were 30 years ago.
This video by the National Institute of Standards and Testing compares a modern-day room with synthetic furniture on the right to a room with wood and cotton furnishings on the left, similar to how homes were built 40 years ago.
Burns a lot hotter, a lot quicker, and it gives off a lot more toxic smoke.
Flame retardants alone double the amount of smoke. One study found that levels of flame retardant chemicals in a firefighter's blood were 3 times higher right after a fire.
In this station you see the vents.
Retired firefighter James Horn shows the innovative ways the City of Orlando Fire Department in Florida is reducing the potential risk of occupational cancer.
When the alarm goes off, the ventilation system kicks on and removes the exhaust.
The holes for the fire poles are covered to prevent diesel exhaust from drifting into the sleeping area. And each firefighter has more than one set of gear, which is thoroughly cleaned after every fire call.
It keeps the dirty fire gear away from the living areas.
Horn is proud and comforted by the extra precautions, even though it comes too late for him and his older brother Michael. They often worked the same shift and fought the same fires. And around the same time, 20 years ago, they both developed cancer. For Horn, sarcoma; Michael, malignant melanoma.
His later spread from the lymph node to the brain, which ultimately, killed him.
It's a story that has touched just about every fire department in America, but both men agree the love of the job conquers any fears of the risk for most firefighters. I'm Marty Salt reporting.